Someone has broken into the National Bank, the Federal Reserve. A 21st century thief breaking into files, not into metal safes. The mysterious group Anonymous has struck again with
targets as of late. For starters, the hacktivist organization Anonymous has announced plans to take down the Fox website on November 5th.
6:23 in the East. And new this morning, U.S. government websites now back online after facing a major attack from online activist group Anonymous. Anonymous lashed out after the Department of
When a 16-and-a-half-minute phone call between the FBI and Scotland Yard suddenly appeared online overnight, it got our attention. The call was meant for investigators only, but the hacker group called Anonymous was secretly listening and...
Well, you've heard of the hacker group that calls itself Anonymous. They're hacking activists, Wall Street occupiers. They love them. Corporate security hates them, and the FBI is tracking them down. So who are these people?
Greetings, citizens of humanity. We are Anonymous. We are divided here today. With millions of households across the United States struggling to have enough to eat, and millions of tons of food being tossed in the garbage, food waste is increasingly being seen as a serious environmental and economic issue. A report says that about 60 million metric tons of food is wasted a year in the United States, with an estimated value of $162 billion. About 32 million metric tons of it end up in municipal landfills, at a cost of about $1.5 billion a year to local governments. The problem is not limited to the United States. The report estimates that a third of all the food produced in the world is never consumed, and the total cost of that food waste could be as high as $400 billion a year. Reducing food waste from 20 to 50% globally could save $120 billion to $300 billion a year by 2030, the report found. Every year, authors, journalists, teachers, researchers, school children and students ask us for statistics about hunger and malnutrition. To help answer these questions, we've compiled a list of useful facts and figures on world hunger. 1. Some 805 million people in the world do not have enough food to lead a healthy, active life. That's about 1 in 9 people on Earth. 2. The vast majority of the world's hungry people live in developing countries, where 13.5% of the population is undernourished. 3. Asia is the continent with the most hungry people, 2/3 of the total. The percentage in Southern Asia has fallen in recent years, but in Western Asia it has increased slightly. 4. Sub-Saharan Africa is the region with the highest prevalence, percentage of population, of hunger. 1 person in 4 there is undernourished. 5. Poor nutrition causes nearly half, 45%, of deaths in children under 5, 3.1 million children each year. 6. 1 out of 6 children, roughly 100 million, in developing countries is underweight. 7. 1 in 4 of the world's children are stunted. In developing countries the proportion can rise to 1 in 3. 8. If women farmers had the same access to resources as men, the number of hungry in the world could be reduced by up to 150 million. 9. 66 million primary school-aged children attend classes hungry across the developing world, with 23 million in Africa alone. 10. WFP calculates that $3.2 billion is needed per year to reach all 66 million hungry school-aged children. The imperative of securing access to food for all, especially for the most vulnerable, is recognized worldwide and is at the top of the agenda for national, European and international policies. This report is aimed at showing Caritas's support for this side and giving evidence for its advocacy work towards European institutions on the food security debate. Caritas Europa's first main message is the need for fulfillment of the right to food for all. In order to do that, it contributes to promoting effective strategies to have the human right to food granted in an affordable and sustainable way all over the world. This report is aimed both at giving evidence for Caritas Europa's position so as to influence EU policies on food in a coherent and comprehensive manner. Recommendations and conclusions are given based on evidence from field experience, thanks to Caritas Europa member organizations' concrete projects and case studies. All these experiences have contributed to shape. We are anonymous. We are legions. We could forgive, but never forget. Expect us.